Hey, this is Mike England, and I wanted to show you guys how to build a an ad for a listing using what has quickly become my in the last month or two what has become my favorite way to promote listings to attract more buyers. So even if you don't have a listing and you have somebody in your office that lets you do this, this is a that has a listing you can use, or somebody else from another office that gives you permission. This is a fantastic way to attract more buyer leads. So what I'm going to do is, this is my ads manager. So if you're not familiar with this, in your upper right hand corner here, if I was on my Facebook, and I'll go to my Facebook, you're going to see your drop down menu in the upper right hand corner, and hopefully it pops up here. And right here you would go to manage ads or create ads. So this is where you're going to access your ads manager. It's going to take you to this screen, and then I'm going to hit create ad, and this is your ads manager. From here I'm going to do, you got all these different options. The one I want to show you guys how to do is collect leads for your business. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look for a listing. I'm just going to look for a random listing on realtor.com. So realtor.com. And you can do this. I recommend that you do this with listings on your website. And I'll show you the reason why. So I'm going to go Las Vegas, Nevada. And then from here, I'm going to go, let's take a listing that, I want not 3 million, but we'll do something that is a little bit. So Summerlin right here, perfect. We're going to take this listing right here, and I'm going to download a couple. I'm going to download this image. I'm going to download this image. I'm only going to do, let's get a kitchen shot here. Wow, it jumps right into the bathroom, which is kind of weird. Usually you get the kitchen in the beginning. Oh, the backyard, I like that one. All right, let's see here. This is a nice house. Oh, wow, that's a great shot. All right. Oh, man, no kitchen shot. That is really weird. Oh, finally. All right, so we got about 5 images there. Perfect. So then what I'm going to do is I'll go back here and I'm going to put in, because I like to stay organized, especially if I'm running multiple listings, and I am going to put 2300 Airland Street. Okay. And then from here, I'll choose my page to advertise on. I'll do my generic dummy page, marketing for homes. And then I'm going to actually put in, I like to put in the exact address of the home. And 10-mile radius, I actually like to do about, in Las Vegas, I like to do about a 10-mile radius. For whatever reason, you know, if you live in Vegas, you understand this, and I've only been here for about 6 months now, but people, for whatever reason, don't like to cross this 15 line. If they live on this side, on the west side, they want to usually stay in the west side. If they live on the east side, then they're going to choose, for a home in the $650,000 range, they're going to probably live in Green Valley or some of the nicer areas out there. So we're going to go ahead and keep it with the 10-mile radius. Then for the age demographic, this is probably not a first-time home buyer. So that eliminates my 28 through 34, and then I'm going to go with 35 plus. Also, I'm going to look at how many bedrooms this has. Two bedrooms, 2.5 baths. So probably not a family. So I don't really need to worry about that too much. I'm going to put in language English. And as a matter of fact, I am going to pretend that I have a bilingual buyer's agent on my team. So I'm going to put Spanish, which is very common out here in Las Vegas. Then under detail targeting, This is where I'm going to create what I call my broad audience. So first I'm going to hit browse. I'm going to go under behaviors, and I'm going to go under residential profiles and likely to move. So what likely to move is if you're familiar with predictive marketing like SmartZip, what it does is it takes people's move patterns and it targets them 6 months before they think they will move. So if they move every 4 years, then they're targeting people at the 3.5 year mark. So that's what likely to move is. Length of the residence, I'm going to go ahead and do 6+ years anyways, because people's general move patterns is they usually move about every 7 years, is kind of the rule of thumb. Then, so we got 180,000 people here. This is your important number. If that's over 1 million people in real estate, there's other industries where you do want over 1 million people for certain things you're doing. But in real estate, I try to keep this number pretty low for the most part. So under anything over 400,000, even if you're in Los Angeles, New York, for example, anything over 400,000, even in those places, you're probably too many people. So this is a good number. I can get it even better. So now what I'm going to do is I got likely to move 6+ years in their residence. I'm going to go ahead and narrow my audience. So you saw how I push this button here. So right here, it must match at least. So this is one of the following. So this is important to do your financial stuff. So 625,000, 1/3 of 625, you're looking at about $200,000 household income. So that's going to really limit us. But we're going to go financial, we're going to go income, and we're going to go this one right here. And then we're going to actually go this one right here, and I'm going to go 350 to 500. So that puts us at 12,000 people. And then I'm going to also do a little bit of a net worth, because this may be somebody that's retired. So we're going to do the lowest I would go for net worth is probably this. You remember, this is not necessarily about selling this home. It's about also not just selling this home or gaining exposure for this home, but it's also about picking up buyer leads. So if you're a little bit off, that's okay, because you're going to get interested parties in a really cool home. So now we're at 28,000 people. Then I'm going to go ahead and exclude recent home buyer and recent mortgage borrower, and I will go ahead and exclude real estate agent. Unless I was specifically, this was my listing, I would keep real estate agent on here, but we're trying to attract more leads. So we'll go at real estate broker. And make sure it says job titles. If it doesn't say job titles, then you're going to end up really hurting your ad. All right, so now you can save your audience if you want to. In this case, I'm not. Usually I do edit placements. I always do this. It's going to automatically default to newsfeed, because that's the only place that you can do this ad anyways. You can't do Instagram yet, which is unfortunate because I love Instagram ads as well. But in this case, I can't do it with these kind of ads. No big deal. Daily budget. I usually keep my daily budget to about $10 for 10 days to really test out the market with this. If you start to gain traction, and this is gaining a lot of leads, a lot of buyer leads, there's no reason to keep your daily budget at $10. I would hike that budget up as much as you possibly can afford. So if you can afford, if you're paying under $3 a buyer lead on this listing, then I would hike it up to like $100 a day if you can afford it. I mean, you gotta, if you have enough people to work the leads as well. So, but I'm just saying, in perspective, if something's working, don't slow play it, pour gasoline, go all in with that ad. So we're going to go ahead. I like to do a 10-day test. So what's that put us at? Is that the 8th maybe? No, the 9th. Missed it by a day. All right, so we're on the 10th, $100 a day. I don't mess with these. I know that some people like to mess with these. You could go and learn Facebook ads from somebody else, and they'll tell you to do manual bids. To each his own. You know, everybody has a little bit of a different opinion on that. I like to let Facebook do what Facebook's going to do. I have an account manager with Facebook, and he tells me that if you leave this automatic, then what it's going to do is 2-3 days into this, Facebook's automatically going to optimize your ad to the best people in this 27,000 that are more than likely to give you their contact information. So I don't want to mess with that. I'm going to let Facebook do do what Facebook's going to do. They're going to take your money regardless. So I don't really mess with that. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And now we're going to build this ad campaign out. We're going to do a slideshow. You can do some cool stuff with especially carousel, single video, those kind of things. But I want to show you the simplest form that is working. This is just working. I want to show you, this single image works as well if you do just like an important aspect of the house and you put a banner with contact information. That can work really well. I like doing these a lot of the time. I'm going to go ahead and use it, keep it at original. We'll do 3-second image duration. We're going to do fade. The music here is really corny, so I'm going to go ahead and keep the music off. Nobody cares. You got to remember that most of the time people, when they're on their mobile device looking at your listing that pops up on their Facebook mobile device, when they're on Facebook and it pops up on their mobile device, they're usually in a setting where they don't want to hear music anyways. They're usually passing the time, waiting in line for their Starbucks coffee or something like that. So I don't really care about music anyways. We're going to take our pictures. I got probably way too many of them on here. So here are my 5 pictures. I'm going to upload all of these. We're only doing 5. Usually I do all 7. All right, so I'm going to load these up. We got the front of the house. We got the back of the house. We got the living room, the kitchen. Perfect. 15-second video. That's even worthy for a Instagram video, if you could save it as that. Create slideshow. All right, so we'll wait for that to load. While we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and put this home is in, I believe it was, it's Summerlin. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is click Learn More to gain access to this Summerlin home. Okay, that's my headline. You can mess around with these headlines, and there's no perfect way. That's just one of the ways that I like to attract people, is to tell them exactly what I want them to do, because honestly, most of the time people they don't think about it. So then under text, I would use your real estate remarks. In Vegas, we don't get access to real estate remarks, don't show up on Realtor.com or Zillow or anything, for that matter. Our IDX system doesn't pull that in, which is extremely weird. In places like Washington, Idaho, California, I believe they automatically do that. So let's see. So typically, I would put those real estate remarks. So you'd have to go in your MLS and go ahead and copy and paste those. In this case, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to put the specs, which is pretty, which is fine anyways. I'm going to leave. I leave off the address intentionally, and the reason I do that is because I don't want people to see the address and then automatically just Google search that home without giving me their contact information. I want, I want all their information, and for them to not, basically skip out. So, your benefit is the information you have. That's what gives you the advantage. And I just kind of clean this up a little bit. 2 beds, 2.5 baths. Square footage is really important on this one. I'm going to take out this comma because I know it's not grammatically correct, but I do that because you got commas all over the place here. So I would put more information in here. I would have my description about the home, but I just wanted to show you at the least, put the just kind of the specs of the house. All right, so under newsfeed link description, I'm going to put contact Mike England, and we'll say marketing for homes, real estate. What I would make sure you stay compliant, so put that kind of information in here, and then put your phone number in there. So I'm going to go to 53-222-1111. All right, so put your contact information there. If you want, you could put in other information. Honestly, this won't even be seen on mobile, which is the most important. I mean, most of it will not be seen on mobile. Display link, you can put whatever, you can put preview, pictures, tour, virtual tour, pictures and virtual tour, something along those lines. All right, so there it is. There's that aspect. So I just built out my ad for this home, and it works really well. And to just kind of give you an idea, let's see if I can hit play here. So real quick, run through the house. This is going to keep looping and playing in their news feed. So this is fantastic way of just basically showing a quick preview of the home, while also getting their contact information. When they click learn more, it's going to automatically populate their name, email, and phone number. So how I do that is this is the last step, is I'm going to do add lead form. All right, so right here I'm going to create my lead form, and I'm going to name this example. What's today? The 30th. So 8/30/16. Just so I remember, this example. And then I'm going to hit next. I'm not going to do context card. I don't really feel it's necessary for real estate listings. For products, I think it is. For real estate listings, it's not. If you're doing a special lead program like seller leads, and you're trying to convince somebody to do business with you, then you might want to use your context card. Or for recruiting, if you own your brokerage and you're trying to get more agents. So I'm going to go not now. I want email, full name, and then I also want phone number. And I'm pretty much good with all this information there. Now this next step is extremely important. If you don't have this next step, then you can't even run these ads without getting your Facebook page shut down. So the next one is I'm going to want my privacy policy. So if you don't have a privacy policy on your website, then you need to get one before you run these ads. And I highly suggest you do that anyways. It's important to have privacy policies on your website. And I know some websites do, if you use Website Box. I believe Playster, some of the template sites, they have that. Boomtown, I believe, has it as well. All right, so right here, they have a privacy policy that I can use with Realtor.com. And this is just what it looks like. It's just real generic information, nothing too fancy. They're generic. If you Google search privacy policy for real estate, you can pull up anybody's privacy policy and just make it your own. Just change out some of the words. It's just legal type stuff, saying that you're going to keep their consumer data private, that you're not going to sell it off to other people. So again, I'm going to go here. I'm going to put that in. Then I'm going to want to send them to add a link to your website. I'm going to send them to the actual website to find out more information after, this is important, after they give me their contact information. I don't want them to go to the website beforehand. I want to make sure I get that information. You also noticed I left off the price of the home. You could put the price of the home on there if you want to. The most important is to leave off the address. I usually leave off the price as well, but the most important is to leave off the address, because you don't want them to look up the listing without giving you their contact information. So then I'm going to hit next, and then I'm going to create the form, and then all I have to do is hit preview. Oh, we already did that. It shows you the form. All right, and then when I hit place order, you're ready to go. So now what I want to show you is if I was to run this as an actual ad, I go to marketing for homes, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to see where the leads come through, you're going to go to publishing tools, and then you're going to go to lead ad forms, and then you're going to actually download right here the CSV file. So first you can preview to see what it looks like. Let's see, this one right here puts in your contact information, and then you can download the CSV file, download new leads right here, and then right here, then I can pull them up. I'll just drag this over, show you right here. Here's their contact information of all the leads. All right, so that's how simple it is to get your leads, and to do that, that's extremely important. So hopefully that helps you guys out. This is a great way to advertise your listings. I highly suggest this. This will grow your business if you do it. If you do it with one listing and it was a failure, then do it with, I suggest that you do it with multiple listings at multiple price points in different areas. So don't just rely on one listing and then give up. This is working. I have tons of people that have gotten great results running these kind of ads in the last 60 days, upwards of 400 to 500 buyer leads. Some people off of one listing, 30, 40, 50 leads. So I really suggest doing this and trying it out. Have a fantastic day. Bye.